Hey guys, I ain't plugged the microphone in. Tell you what, right? I'll tell you what, let's just get you looking at me. There you go. I'll tell you what, let me know if there's any difference between that and... Well, welcome back to Ed's Shed and to Friday's top tip. Got a real top tip today. Right, let's put this on. Put this on there. Let's put this on there. Right, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me any better? That's what I want to know. This little microphone device plugs into the 3.5mm jack socket, and I just want to know if you can hear me better. Write your replies down because I can't hear you. Anyway, right, with this thing dangling away, got a top tip for you today. But first I've got to show you what I did to the top box, because it's now fitted, it's bolted down. What I want to do is I want to put some kind of a power socket in there so I can charge things in the top box for when I'm on long journeys, so that they're charged when I get to the other end, that sort of thing. I've already had the idea of putting in the side panniers, but I've got bags that go in the side panniers now, or the bags as you are in America, the side bags. So I don't really want to put anything else in there. Anyway, right. I'm going to drag you over, let you see what I've done to the top box. Let's go. Right, here we go. It was all go then, I tell you. Right, I hope you can see this, but what I did was I bolted it down. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts there. You can see the 4 bolts. Covered them with duct tape and put this anti-slip mat in the bottom, which is very, very good. I didn't cut this anti-slip mat up, it was already that size. Now I've just noticed one problem with having a steel container is that you do get a little bit of condensation in there because of the weather, I suppose, because it's so bloody cold. So I might leave that open. Right, anyway, that's what I did with that. You can see the type of locks now. I still don't know what type of locks these are, I really don't. And you've got the barrel lock there and everything's lovely jubbly. Right, where was I? Oh yeah, where was I indeed? Yes, so what I've done was I got that caught up with that, and it's all very professional so far. Here we are. Yeah, so like I said, I wanted some power to the top box, and usually we're all familiar with these sort of things, you know, they're the standard stuff you buy for your car, your boat, your caravan, or whatever. It's a standard thing. Well, have you ever looked inside one of these? I mean, have you ever looked inside one? Let's have a look. Can't be that hard. Can't be that hard, he says, not been able to do it. Right, well, trust me, there's not a lot in there. You know what, bloody thing came off easy yesterday. Anyway, don't matter. This is the sort of thing that you're used to. It's that big, and it's that big. I just think it's a generic size because you have the cigarette lighters that are the same size. Now then, put that away, don't need it. Check out that. Check out that. I mean, that compared to that. Now come on, be honest. Yeah, and it does exactly the same thing. it's got 2 in there like that, and at the side it's got a little 12 volt, 3 volt or whatever it is, but that's how big it is, and it fits perfectly. I've tried it, it fits perfectly, and it's only that big. Let me see how big that is. Vicar reaches for tape measure. I know, and a tape measure. Right, what are we going? Going, look at that. Is that 15 mil? Yeah, give or take. For those of you in America, it's 15 mil. Now, those in America, it's about, oh, I don't know, it's about, what would we say, 5/8, about 5/8. If I turn it round, it's still the same, isn't it? Don't be a wally. All right, okay. For yous in America, I'll put myself right out. There we go. About 5/8. About 5/8. All right. And it wasn't expensive. It was like, it was just cheap. And I thought, why haven't I done this before? It comes with a wire, it comes with an inline fuse, and it comes with a fuse. Can't argue with that. So you're getting that, and that. A real generous piece of wire. The wire is 1 and it's 2 feet. It's 2 feet of wire. It's 1 foot 12 inches. That's how long it is. It's 1 foot 12 inches. And for those of you in metric, it's 300 mil plus 300 mil, roughly. All right, anyway. But you can just see how mounting that, oh, it also comes with screws. Go figure. You can see how mounting that inside anything, it's got to be a shitload better than one of the other things, because it just takes up so much less space, which in my book is just awesome, absolutely awesome. And the less space this takes up, the more space you got for something else. Of course, wherever you put it, you're going to have a plug. I mean, the plug, when you put your USB in there, USB goes in all the way. It doesn't stick out halfway or a little bit. The USB goes in all the way. If you measure the USB part of your plug, you'll see it's not that big, and it goes in there for the whole way. Right. I mean, I'll do another video when I get it all installed, but that is your top tip of the day. There you go. Weren't a bad one, was it? Weren't a bad one. I mean, that is a top tip. That is. I got it off a well-known site that started off selling books. I think they started off in the Brazilian jungle. That's probably where they got their name. That's where I got it anyway. Right, so that's your top tip for a Friday. Like I said, let me know if this thing makes any difference. If it doesn't, I'll have to sort something else out. Oh, somebody asked me what I'd do, or they said about the camera and all that. Well, I don't use a camera, all right? I don't use a camera. I can't afford a camera. I'm not one of these guys that got money to spend willy-nilly, so I can't afford a camera. If any of you want to donate a camera, pleased to hear it. But what I use is that. It's a Samsung tablet, and that's what I use to make all of my videos, apart from the ones every now and again I've made one with my phone, but other than that, all of my videos are made on a Samsung tablet. I've done it that way because I wanted to show that this doesn't have to be an expensive hobby. It doesn't have, because it is a hobby. I'm reaching out to you guys, and I want you guys to join me in this shed type stuff, and with the camping and the bike and all that. I want you to join me in that, and I want this to be a community thing. But it is a hobby. It's a hobby to all of us, really. Yeah, so I didn't want it to be expensive, and I wanted to show other people that it doesn't have to be expensive. You can do these videos on a very, very tight budget, which I do try to do because I'm a type. Some people say I only breathe in. I'm that tight. Right, anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's let me know what you think about that. Let me know what you think about that, and let me know what you think about that. And other than that, let me know what you think about that. I've got a question for you. One more question before I go. One more question before you go. I buy now. Don't get me wrong. That is cheap shit from China. If you go back to the early videos, cheap shit from China was one of my weekly videoly remarks, because that whether we buy cheap shit, it comes from China. There's no doubt in that. If we buy things homegrown, they tend to cost more. I'm saying they tend to cost more, not always, but they tend to. So all the cheap shit comes from China, and that's what it does. But why do I get? I suppose we all get these emails after we bought something, and it says, "Please leave your comments. Please leave this, that. Please leave blah blah." What the hell do you want to hear? It's cheap shit from China. How can I put it better than that? That's all it is. Right there. I ordered a 7-inch. This is off this is off Wish. I'm never going to use Wish again. I don't know, never ever again. Never ever again. I wouldn't recommend it if you paid for stuff on there. I ordered a 7-inch. It was labelled as a mini laptop because it had a screen like a 7-inch screen, a fold down keyboard, and that's what it was advertised, and that's what the picture said. So it was a 7-inch laptop. That's what I ordered. I think I paid 29 quid. I think 29 quid. I think I did. And what I got was, and it was all through PayPal, and what I got was, to my surprise, that's what I got. It's a calculator. I mean, it's a good one, no doubt about that. That is a good one. That would be better than the first spaceship that went to the moon. And yes, we did go to the moon before you start. But it ain't what I ordered. And when I kicked up a fuss with PayPal, they just said, fair enough, because you got the option, did not receive what I ordered. Well, they said, fair enough, we'll do the claim sort of thing, you know. But it was such a rigmarole. You had to send it back to China before they'd give you a refund. I mean, don't get me wrong, but there's no way on this planet that there's any guarantee of it reaching China or them admitting it reached them or anything like that. So I thought, well, bugger that. I'll keep it in the shed and I'll use it as a calculator in the shed. Now, I'll do that. And that's what I've done. So what I've done was I've wasted 30 quid. And then they sent me an email. Can you please rate what you delivered? Oh, the joys of English. Anyway, right, I'll leave it there because that's the quick tip that's gone over a bit too long. Right, and if anyone wants to know why it's got Triumph on it, it's because when I had a Triumph, my very good friend in French France, she did this for my birthday. She gave me this mirror for my birthday. Now, my immediate thought was, how the fucking hell am I going to get that home to England from French France? Because it's a mirror. But I did. It's still here, thankfully, and brilliant. It lasted all this time. I'm a bit high up today, ain't I? Actually, I'm really tall. I am gigantor. I look down on you. Right, that's it, lies. That's it, lies, guys. Lies. Lies, guys. Don't lie to me, guys. It's not good. Anyway, have a good weekend. This is Friday. This is me. This is Ed in Ed's Shed on Friday, wishing you a happy weekend. If you're stuck in the snow, well, be careful. If you've got any ice where you are, be careful. If it's raining, be careful. And if it's sunny, You lucky, lucky bastard. I've got to show you one thing before I go. Just say one thing. My guard cat. There he is. There's Charlie. There he is, my guard cat. He follows me everywhere I... Oh, you're going on the tint now. He follows me everywhere I go. He's really funny, he is. What are you going on there? Anyway, that'll be enough nonsense. And I'll catch you next Wednesday with the next video from the shed. Bye, guys.